Hello everyone, and thank you guys so much for joining me today. On today's video, I'm gonna be doing a winter update. I am just gonna be updating you guys on how my plants have been doing throughout the winter. And since I do live in Texas, and as many as you all know, Texas has been going through one of the worst winters as of right now. Here where I live, we didn't really get much snow, but it had been raining a lot. I will be inserting some small video clips somewhere here, that way you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. But yeah, so on the first winter video that I uploaded, it wasn't too bad, just because the weather wasn't really as bad as it got these past few days. It had been cold, but not to a point where the water was freezing and all that kind of stuff. So right now I'm just gonna walk around my garden and show you what survived and what didn't, and what I did to kind of protect my plants, just because I still don't have a greenhouse available. So yeah, and sorry if I have you facing this thing, it's just that my garden's a mess right now. And yeah, I don't know if I have shown much of my garden before, but as you can see, everything is a mess at the moment. Things are just all over the place. I do have to, now that it's starting to warm up a little bit, I do have to start organizing everything back to where it was, start getting rid of the things that didn't make it, sadly. And yeah, just mainly organizing my garden to the way it was. Since, like I said, I don't have a greenhouse available yet, all I could do, or what I did, was went and bought big tarps. I think I got them at Walmart. So I got tarps and I just put everything in, just like on my previous video. I just huddle everything in and just put a tarp over them, just to protect them from the rain and the cold air. So yeah, that's what I did with some of my bigger plants. There's another one, and then the smaller ones are over there. For my taller cactus, like this Peruvian apple that I had rooting here, I really couldn't put it under a tarp. So what I did is just got some towels, wrapped it around it, and then I put like a trash bag on top of it, just to kind of give it a little bit more protection. But I underestimated the bottom part, so this froze. I remember checking it a few days ago and it was solid hard. It was like super hard. Now that it's defrosting, it is now all squishy. So this is pretty much a goner. I will be getting rid of this one. Hopefully I will be replacing it with another one later on. So yeah, so this is how I covered this one. I did the same to this other Peruvian. The bottom part is the one that looks all mushy, like the dead, like this is like from here down is what's dead, or what's gonna be dead soon. And then from here up, only the edges up to here, sorry for my dirty fingers, up to here, it's like this, all the way to here, it seems to be alive. It's just the outer edges that seem to be frost damaged, but I don't know, I'll see what happens to this one. And then here I also covered my, I believe it's some type of feral cactus. I'm not even sure. I do remember checking this one and it was like super hard, like I believe it was frozen. I'm not even sure, but it seems to be doing okay. I do notice some flower buds forming right there, somewhere right there. Yeah, so it is starting to form flower buds, so it seems to be good, I guess. I don't know. Let me go ahead and remove this tarp so I can kind of show you what it's under here. I will be, as of right now, I will be uncovering everything, since according to the weather, it's not going to be cold anymore. During the day, it's going to be in the high 70s, and during the night, it's going to go as low as 50 degrees, I think. So it shouldn't be cold anymore from now on. So that's why I will be uncovering everything as of now. So give me a sec. Okay, so now that I have removed the first tarp, you can kind of see what I have under here. Mainly these are Echinocactus texensis, or commonly known as the horse cripplers. I do know these plants are cold hardy down into the 10 degrees, or maybe even to the 0 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not even sure. I know these plants are very hardy, so I wasn't really worried about these, but I still decided to cover them just in case. I didn't want to risk anything. And I also did sacrifice some of my hoodies from my hoodie collection, just to kind of give that extra protection to my plants. Here is my crested horse crippler, which I'll be later on showing in another separate video. But yeah, so far everything looks to be okay. There's just some, like this agave, that got some leaf damage. Here is another agave that got some leaf damage. And here is another one that got the tip of the leaves damaged. It was mainly agaves, I believe, that got a little bit of frost damage, as you can see. But other than that, everything seems to be doing okay. I see a fruit right there. So yeah. Here I have some others that I did sacrifice. This is a shirt that I no longer used, so I decided to give it to this Argentine saguaro to kind of give it extra protection. So that's that. And here I have a brand new hoodie or sweater that I never actually used, and I used it to cover my large Mexican fence post, which did pretty good. I'm glad about that. Here's its baby. And under there I have my two larger tree aloes. Let me go ahead and remove the blanket. It's not even a blanket, it's actually a bed sheet that I got from my mom's closet. I hope she doesn't get mad, but yeah. So here they are. This is aloe marlothi and ferox, I believe. I did use some small plastic pots to kind of protect the tips from folding even more. I guess it didn't work, but it doesn't really matter. So, and I do notice a little bit of cold damage right there, and some a little bit right there. But I mean, I don't think it's too bad. Hopefully it'll recover as the plant grows. Here's the other one, doing pretty good as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this part. The pot just fell. So yeah, now moving on to that one, and then to those, and then to those. Under this other tarp, I have, I believe, what's left of this euphorbia. I did feature this one in my last winter video, that it had all of its leaves on. It lost all of its leaves already, and then with this last cold weather that we had this last few days, I believe the whole thing died. Like, it just, like if I squish here, it just feels mushy, soft, squishy. And I believe it's all the way down to the base. So I'm just gonna leave this as it is. Hopefully it'll start to die down and then regrow. Oh, and by the way, both of my euphorbia lactate trees died, including with the little succulents there. So yeah. So yeah, this one did not do so good, nor the little succulents. And since I live next to a park, like I said before, we do get a lot of cold winds coming from this side, just because there's nothing to protect the house or my garden from this side. So it does even get colder. So yeah, this is pretty much a goner. That too, that's all of that's dead. I will be getting rid of all of the dead stuff pretty soon and then replacing that with new plants. Here is where I huddled pretty much everything else, like the big stuff that I have around here and around there, and everything else. It is down there. I won't be removing the tarps fully just yet, just because I will have to go to work right now, and I don't want to leave a mess. So once I get back from work, probably even tomorrow, it's when I'm going to start removing the tarps fully and taking everything out. So I will be just removing probably this side just to show you what it looks like inside. So yeah. If you're squeamish with blood, just look away for like 3 seconds. So this happened. It's not that bad, but I was removing this thing and I put my hand fully in without remembering that I had this there. So yeah, so this guy made me bleed. So yeah, this is what the under part of this looks like. I grabbed one of those large white party tables, I guess, and used it as a roof-ish to put everything in down there. And then I used my mom's glass garden table as well. And then I had these black shelvings, so I pretty much created like a little fort, put everything inside, and then just put the tarps on top. So yeah, everything in here seems to be doing okay so far. There's just a few from like this one from my last video that just didn't recover. So this is gonna be going out pretty soon. But as of so far, everything seems to be doing okay, hopefully. Like I said, I won't be taking none of these out just yet, just because I have to go to work in a bit. But starting tomorrow, I will start pulling everything out and hopefully to see what survived and what not. So yeah, this is what this looks like. Also real quick, this is some type of a Opuntia. I don't know the exact name of it. I just know it grows huge. This is my hand compared to it. This was a gift from one of my friends, and the mother plant is growing out in the wild. Like it's never been covered. It's never had any issues with it. So this one, I was like, I will not be covering it. So I left it just as it is. No tarp, no towels, no nothing. I just left it as it is, and I do remember checking on it. I will post a picture down here so you can see what it looked like. Like the rocks had like ice or snow. I don't remember what it was. So I checked on it, and it was fully frozen. Like it was solid hard, and I was like, oh, post, it's gonna die. It's a goner pretty much. But it seems to be doing pretty good. So yeah, I'm surprised that this thing has not died on me yet. I do see some small marks, but other than that, it's doing okay. On this side, I have this other, oh, I forgot what the name is, but this one I did cover it at first with a towel and then just put like a plastic bag on top of it, but that didn't work. So I'm just gonna put a small blanket on top. So that's pretty much what saved this guy. So that's doing good. The aloe that I usually have on top of the head didn't make it either. As you can see, it's just completely mush inside. So this is a goner as well. Same with these aloes, same with this aloe. This one was even blooming. I did feature it on my last winter video. I don't know if you remember that I was barely starting to put out its bloom. So these are the blooms all fully developed. But they froze and now they're dead. It's even with the plant. This didn't make it either, as you can see. And this big tree aloe that a friend gave me didn't make it either, sadly. Here is another one that just, as you can see, it was supposed to be standing up. It froze, and it's now this just, it's horrible. I mean, and now it's turning yellow because of the sun, so it's getting a little bit sunburnt. So I will be getting rid of that one too. And here I did a little experiment. These two are native prickly pear here in Texas. I did not cover these whatsoever. Same as like the big one over there that I was talking about earlier. I left these outside full on rain, cold wind, but like I said, nothing happened to them. They did start it to turn lightly purple, but other than that, they are doing pretty good. So native plants are strong, same as with the horse crippers. This agave is completely gone. It froze down to the root ball, so I will be getting rid of that. This is another type of, I think this is Echinocerius or something like that. The strawberry cactus, I believe. This one's another native cactus here in Texas, so didn't cover it, didn't do anything to it, and it did pretty well. Here's this is the Choya. Did get a little bit of frost damage or sunburn, I believe, but it's doing pretty good as well. It should start to perk up now that it's gonna get warmer. Under here, I used this shade cloth to cover it because I didn't have anything else. I used a towel as well. So here I have another large horse cripper and some cactus cuttings that I didn't want them to get bad. So I just put them in here and cover them, so they did pretty good as well. Now let me go ahead and show you what's down here, like the rest of my plants. So yeah. Okay, so down here, as you can see, I have pretty much the rest of my collection, which is just small pots, which you have already seen in my previous videos. Some of them are even blooming, like that Malaria and the one right behind it. I see some with blooms and another one blooming over there. So yeah, as for what I'm seeing, not everything made it. Like for example, this Opuntia seems to be, it looks okay, but it did get frost damage. Like it's all squishy on the inside. It's just gonna start to turn brown, dry up, and fall off and die. These are my elephant bush, the variegated ones. I had two, both of them are gone. That one's gone, that agave is gone, that euphorbia back there is gone, that agave right there is gone as well. So some did pretty good, like this one, it just changed color. I'm kind of worried about that one right there. This one, that's an Edithcolia grandis, the Persian carpet. It's like a succulent. I forgot to bring it inside. I just left it in there. I didn't think it was gonna get that bad, but I don't know if it made it or not, so I'm just gonna leave it be to see if it bounces back. So I don't know, but that's flowering. I'm gonna show you that one in the back in a bit. So yeah, so here's this one. This is a Malaria Spinosissima Unopico that it's about to go into super bloom. So all of those little pink dots are flowers that are developing, and they're about to open pretty soon. One interesting fact about aloes: when they freeze and die, they do bleed. Whenever it defrosts, it starts leaking some type of I don't know what to call it because I'm not even sure, but I call it like if it was blood, because they do like leak it out of their leaves. There's this one as well, and even by the trunk. So since this huge tree aloe died, it started leaking that, and it stained the tarp. So I don't know, that's something that I think it's really interesting about aloes. Okay, now that I've removed the second tarp, down here, well, first things first, both of my large crested Euphorbia milii, the crown of thorns, they both died because of the cold weather from the first video. So yeah, I just wanted to update on you all that these didn't make it, but I am keeping these. I'm just letting them dry so I can keep these as memory, or I don't know, just to have them because these are cool. So this one didn't make it. This is a variegated cactus. That one didn't make it. I'm guessing that aloe right there didn't make it. This agave, it's all squishy and turning brown already, so this one's gone. I hope that agave back there is okay, because that's really special to me. My Euphorbia Mammillaris variegatum, the Indian corn cob, I don't think it's doing too well. As you can see right there, it did get some cold damage, but I will try to trim all of the dead stuff back and hopefully it'll recover. But other than that, down here, oh, and that cactus right there too doesn't look too good. Other than that, everything looks okay, I guess. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have down here. Now that I've shown you what I kept outside, let me go ahead and show you what I brought inside. Okay, so inside, just in like my last winter video that I did, in my bathroom, I brought in any plant that is very sensitive to cold weather, like my grafted coral cactus, what's left of my crested Euphorbia millii, more euphorbias, some, what are these? Forgot the name. Some stapelias, succulents, more succulents, more stapelias. So that's with this show, just like last time. Here on the window I have my lithops and my Wilfin sitting right there. Down here, once again, I brought in my large Sansevieria cylindrica just because I didn't want to risk it again. So I brought it inside. And here is my other grafted Euphorbia and my two larger Euphorbias that, of course, they have been in here since my last video. I will be taking these out pretty soon, just because it's starting to warm up. So currently they are still dormant, but once I bring them outside and give them a little bit of water, they should kick back in. So yeah, those are the plants that I brought inside. Those and my large Sansevieria. So yeah, pretty much overall that's gonna be it. Like I said, I still haven't got a greenhouse. That's on me, it's my fault. So the plants that died on me, like all of those, it's because of my fault, because I wasn't really prepared. But at the same time, I think it's not my fault, because here where I live, it's super rare for us to get this kind of really cold weather. So no matter how good we covered our plants, we were just not prepared. Like, our plants were not prepared. They're not used to, and nonetheless they were not prepared for this kind of weather. So I just thought it was going to be like a regular cold, like the ones we usually get. But this time, like I said, temperatures did drop below 15 degrees. It was raining and the air was super cold. So that's pretty much what messed up most of my plants. Well, the ones that did get messed up, like this one, it's just getting worse. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for today's video. I do have a lot of work to do as of getting rid of the things that did not make it, washing the pods, cleaning the rocks and all of that stuff. So I do have quite a few things to do in my garden. But for today, this is gonna be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope y'all liked the video. And like I always say, if this is something that you're interested in or just like watching, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I have quite a few videos coming up, so stay tuned, stay safe out there, and see you in the next one.